YouTube, this is Michaela, and in this video I'm going to give you guys 15 tips that I think will be really useful for college students. So my first tip is to put yourself out there and meet new people. This is really important while you're in school. Meeting people can be something that can introduce you to a lot of opportunities, and you never know, the people that you meet in college can be your lifelong friends. These can be people that are your best friends for the rest of your life. So make sure you put yourself out there so that you can actually meet those people. My second tip to you is to surround yourself with good people. I believe that this is a really good, a really useful tip. You can have all the friends in the world, but if they're not good people, if they're not real friends, if they're fake, then they're not going to be there for you. And the people that you surround yourself with often motivate what you do and motivate what you don't do. So if you're surrounding yourself with good people with good motives, then they'll also motivate you to do things right. My next tip is to find people that like to do what you like to do. You can have all the friends in the world, but if those friends don't like to do things that you like to do, if y'all don't have hobbies and other things or other interests in common, then you and those people may not hang out a lot. You may not want to hang out with those people because what they want to do isn't what you want to do. So make sure, and it doesn't have to be all of your friends, but just make sure that you have at least one or two friends that like to do things that you like to do, just so you have someone to hang out with. My next tip is to stay in touch, and this is not just with family and old friends. I have some really good friends that I went to high school with, and I completely fell out of touch with them in college, and I really do regret it. But at this point, I'm just like, it's been so long, I don't even know what they would say if I reached out to them. And that's also regarding your family. I went through a lot in college. I had some hard times, sometimes when I was really down, and instead of reaching out to family and people I know that would be there for me, I just sat there and pretty much wallowed in it and stayed to myself. So just make sure you keep in touch with those that you love and your old friends from high school, if they were good friends and worth keeping in touch with. My next tip to you guys is to get involved. This is very important. Getting involved can bring a lot of opportunities to you, and it brings you opportunities to meet those new people and to make friends while you're in school. So make sure you're getting involved, especially during your first 2 years, your freshman and sophomore years. You have a lot of free time then. When you get to your junior and senior year, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, but you'll have a lot more opportunity to get out and try things. And if you don't like the things you get involved with, you can always find something else and stop doing whatever you don't like. My next tip to y'all are to try new things and get out of your comfort zone. And that kind of ties in with what I said, but you don't have to do things that you were doing before. During college, you try a lot of new things, and a lot of times the things that you used to like to do back in high school, you may no longer do, and you may find new things that you like better than the things that you used to do. So just try new things and get out of your comfort zone while you're in school. And my next tip is to find ways to help relieve stress. This is very important. College is a very stressful time. It's life-changing. During college you go through a lot of changes, and those changes bring on stress, and it's like nothing you've experienced before. So just make sure that you find some ways that help relieve stress, whether that's just going for walks or going for a jog if you like riding bikes, or if you just need to listen to music for a little while. Just make sure you find ways that you can relieve that stress. My next tip to y'all is to be prepared and to read ahead for your class assignments. This helps a lot. I found that when I did read material before class, it was a lot better. It was a lot easier to understand because I could actually relate what I read to what we were discussing in class. My next tip to y'all is to not procrastinate. Make sure that you do your work early. Don't wait until the last minute to do it, and I'm the worst procrastinator when it comes to my schoolwork. I always the last minute to do everything, and somehow I made it by graduating cum laude, but it's a lot easier if you go ahead and do your work ahead of time rather than procrastinating. My next tip number 10, is don't be afraid to ask for help. This is really important. Whether that's friends, whether that's your family, whether it's your professors, just make sure that when you need help, you ask for it. Don't just sit there and be in whatever position that you may be in when you could ask for help and someone could actually help you out of it. My next tip is to find a mentor, and this can be a student who's further along than you are, or it can be a professor who's in your field of study. Just find someone that can actually help you whenever you need help. My next tip to you all are to take advantage of resources. College, most schools have so many resources available to students, and students don't really take advantage of those resources. I know there's a lot of things that I wish I took more advantage of, such as like the gym. We have this huge gym with a weight room with like a walking track and so many machines and stuff, and I really wish I had to take advantage of that, because all of that is getting paid for that with that tuition you're paying so much for. Make sure you're taking advantage of all of that. My next tip number 13, is to make sure that you are eating enough or not eating too much. And I say this because, like I said, college is a very, very stressful time. And I know a lot of people stress eat when they're in college or just throughout life. On the other hand, there's people who don't eat when they're stressing, and that was me in college. I actually lost like 30 pounds in my first year of school, and it got to the point where I was only eating like one meal a day, and I actually had to force myself to eat multiple times a day when I finally did. And I am actually just now gaining weight back, and I just graduated. I graduated in 3.5 years, so really it's taken me like 3 years to get back to where I was. So just make sure that you eat correctly, you eat healthily, and you eat the amount of food you're supposed to eat within a day. Tip number 14 is to take advantage of student discounts. And this is a really good tip, and if I were you guys, I would just go on Google and search like student discounts that are available. And you'll find a lot of them. There's also student discounts that'll be local, like just if you have like a big college town, or just local restaurants that are close by the college. A lot of times they offer student discounts, and sometimes they'll only be on certain days, but it's really useful to know about those student discounts. So I would definitely go ahead and search student discounts on Google. And some of the ones I know about are Apple Music, $4.99 a month for Apple Music account. Spotify also has a really good one that's $4.99 as well. But the thing about the Spotify discount is that the Spotify account, also comes with Hulu, and it comes with the Showtime account as well. So just $4.99 and you get all three of those. Some other ones are like some retail stores give 10% off, and some other restaurants. So just make sure that you check those out when you get the chance. And my last tip to you guys is really important for saving money in the beginning of the semester. I don't know what you guys went to school for, but I went to school for business, and business books are really, really expensive. Like they can be as much as $300, and some are even more. But my tip to you guys is to wait to purchase those books until you talk to your professor. If you want to have your books before class start, go ahead and send an email to your professor and ask. But a lot of times I would just waited until the first day of class, because professors will let you know what they want you to do with those books. Sometimes they don't even want you to go purchase the book. Sometimes they'll just discuss it in class, or they'll give you all the information that you need in PowerPoints and put it on Blackboard. And sometimes they'll give you cheaper options. So just make sure you guys wait until your professors tell you what you need, or tell you which books you need. Sometimes there's multiple books and you don't need all of those. Sometimes you only need one, or sometimes they'll choose a older edition so you don't have to pay so much for the book. So just make sure y'all wait to save y'all a little bit of money. That is all 15 of my tips. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video and would like a part 2 to this video, go ahead and comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.